the boys are getting a little treat this afternoon. I put, each one of those wiffle balls has a grape that I cut up into little itty bitty pieces, and a blueberry that I cut up into little pieces, and just a little itty bitty piece of ginger, because I'm trying something with Nico. I tell you what, Nico has got one sensitive stomach. I'm trying to get his acid reflux under control without using medication. And there's Harley there with his wiffle ball. And so I had read that ginger might help with that, although there's no true scientific medical studies to prove that it helps with it, but I thought it's worth a shot. It's got other health benefits to it anyway, so I thought I'd try that, but I have to be very careful because the first time I gave it to them, I gave them, it was about a piece that was maybe like an inch long by maybe half an inch wide. It was kind of a small piece, and they did good with that. And then the next day, I gave them that same size of a piece, and that night, I woke up in the middle of the night, like around 3 o'clock, to a poop explosion. Oh boy, did Nico poop everywhere, all over the bed, all over my hair, my face, my clothes. It was everywhere. So now what I'm doing is giving him just a little itty bitty piece like every other day or so. And I have also gone to not giving him his grape at night. About, 3 times a week or so, I give them a grape after their monkey biscuit cereal at night, kind of like an after dinner dessert. And so I stopped doing that for Nico because I thought, well, maybe it's kind of souring in his stomach overnight. So, Harley came up here with his. So I stopped giving him his grape at night. So on the days that I plan on giving the other boys a grape at night, I give Nico's grape in the middle of the day. So he still gets his grape, but I give him his in the middle of the day, usually during a diaper change when the other boys aren't around. Because at night when I give them their grape anyway, it's always individually, But so anyway, so those are some things I'm trying with Nico. So I'd rather not have him take medication every day if I can avoid it. So I'm going to try to modify his diet a little bit, do some changes maybe to feeding times, things like that, before I start giving him medicine every day. And it seems to be helping. What I'm doing seems to be helping. So we'll see how it goes. But he just dropped his ball. I've been wanting to do a let's talk about Nico video. Yeah, I've been wanting to, so let's talk about Nico. He is just, I tell you what, I think all monkeys are cute, even adults. Like Harley, oh my gosh, I think he's just the cutest thing ever. He's beautiful. But Nico he's so cute. He's just the cutest thing. He really is. But he's the devil. He is. He's so mean. He's the meanest monkey I've ever been around. And he's got a temper. Oh my goodness, he's got a temper. So, about the first, probably 10 months that I had Nico, he bit me all the time. I want to say almost every day. Almost every single day I got bit from Nico. During diaper changes, during baths, during anything, it seemed like he just would bite me all the time. And so I started working with him on it. And when I say working with him on it, I want to explain that because I don't believe in any sort of violence when you're training monkeys or trying to get them to stop doing a certain behavior. No violence. I didn't hit him. I didn't throw him or anything like that. Normally what I mean when I say we worked, working through it, normally what that means is I had to make changes. to the way I do things. Hang on here, because Petey's right up on my shoulder, smacking away on those grapes. But anyway, so what I mean by that is that normally that means I had to make some changes in the way I do things or whatever. But so, you know, I tried working with him on it. I tried changing the way I do things. I tried several different things. I even tried a couple of things that I had done with Kiara when she was biting me when she was little, because it's not uncommon for baby monkeys to bite. It's really not. It's very common. So I tried, and I just could not get him to quit biting me. Well, then I got an idea. I kind of cheated a little bit because, you know, I was feeding Nico and Petey their monkey biscuit cereal together. And when Nico would drop food out of his mouth and I would go to wipe it up so that he didn't step in it, I just love watching them with their wiffle balls. It's just so cute. Anyway, when he would drop food and I would go to wipe it up, he would bite me. And then I would growl. Every time he bit me, I growl. And Petey would hear it, and he would come running over, and he would bite the crap out of Nico. But you know what? After about 3 or 4 times of that, Nico quit biting me. So finally, I was like, when I couldn't get him to quit biting me the other times, I'm like, okay, that's it. I'm going to enlist the help of Petey. So I did. I started bringing Petey with me every time I had to change Nico's diaper, or every time I had to... Oh, hi, Harley. Harley just came up on my lap. Hi there, Harley. There we go. So I started bringing Petey with me everywhere. Anytime I had to change his diaper or give him a bath even. I even did baths together for a while. Then when Nico would bite me, I would growl, and Petey would come running over and bite Nico. So I did that for a good couple of months where I just took Petey with me everywhere that I had to take Nico to. And Nico quit biting me. Finally quit biting me. But I have to tell you a story because I like to tell you stories about how smart they are. So let me tell you the story real quick here. So towards the end of that, about the time that he quit biting me, there was a time where he had come up to me and put his mouth on my arm like he was going to bite, had his mouth wide open, but he wasn't actually touching my arm with his mouth. So I just watched him. I'm like, what is he doing? And then ever so slowly, I mean, just very, very slowly, the whole thing took probably a good 15 to 20 seconds, which is a long time. He just slowly started biting down, real slow. And then it got to the point where it was starting to hurt. And I said, ow. And he stopped. And I thought, well, that's strange. Well, you know what? When I say he quit biting me, he didn't actually quit biting me. He still bites me. But he doesn't bite any harder than that threshold of when I said ow. So in the last 6 months, he has bitten me one time where it was, hi, Harley. Harley's up on my lap. Where it was a pretty bad bite, drew blood and everything. But aside from that one time in the last 6 months, all the bites have been considerably gentler, I guess you could say. Hey there, Harley. I love you. I love you. So anyway, so that's what he was doing. When he came up and put his mouth on my arm, he was trying to see how hard he could bite before he got in trouble. Oh my gosh, they're so smart. And like I said, that's only as hard as he bites me anymore. And he's starting to pick up on what Petey does, because when Petey doesn't like what I'm doing or he's mad at me, he slaps my hand. And the only time he does that is when Harley's grooming me. The only time Petey slaps my hand is when I'm wiping his butt during a diaper change. He cannot stand it. It's like he's offended. He slaps my hand. But anyway, Nico is starting to, when he gets mad at me, he is starting to grab my arm and shake it. But when he does that, he kind of digs his nails in to my arm, and I get scratches out of it. But you know what? That's okay. I'll take the scratches any day over a bite. Oh my goodness. So anyway, but other than that, Nico's a good boy. He really is. We just had to get through the bites. Oh, thank goodness that's over. Well, not completely over, because I'm sure there will be times, because they do tend to bite, but I'm pretty good at avoiding bites. I'm pretty good at reading body language, and generally I can stop a bite before it happens, because they normally do, it's almost like a little head twitch, and it's just a split second, and you have to really be paying attention. But they'll do this head twitch before they bite. And generally, if I can catch that and say, and stop what I'm doing, then it avoids bite. But every once in a while, I don't catch it in time, and I get bit. But Petey's never bitten me. He only bit me one time. Let me take that back. He bit me one time when I took him into the doctor, and he got his shot to put him out, and he whipped his head around and bit my arm. But I think it was more of a reactionary type of a bite, so it wasn't like an aggressive bite or anything. So Petey's never bitten me. Nico, of course, has bitten me, like I said earlier, hundreds of times. Harley is really good. Now, one of these days I'll do a Let's Talk About Harley video, but I don't have anything bad to say about Harley. Harley did bite me a couple of times early on, but I'll talk about that in a video later. And they were my fault. Those bites were my fault. Just me getting to know him and learning what I can and can't get away with. But we'll talk about those in another video. Not a problem, not an issue. He doesn't go around biting me, and he hasn't bitten me in several months. So, but anyway, so that's the Nico story. That's the little Nico story. He's a good boy, though. He really is. I just got to watch for him. He's the one I have to watch out for the most. You know, I'm always saying how I watch their body language, and I pay attention to their vocal cues and all those things. Nico's the one I really, really have to watch. Because he's the one I don't trust at all. I don't trust that little Nico. Petey's still up there with one of the wiffle balls. Yeah, he's still trying to get the grapes out. Yeah, they don't get to have fruits and vegetables in the sunroom that often, but usually about a couple times a month or so, I'll put a little something in there for them to have in here. I just don't like to have the fruits and vegetables in here because of the carpet, but if it's just a little bit in each bowl, they pretty much eat it as soon as they get it out, so not a huge deal, but I love to watch them work to get that food out. Oh my goodness. Good little monkey babies. Good little monkey babies. Oh, there's the Harley. You see something on my shirt? You see something on my shirt? Good boy. You are so beautiful.